snow day out here in North Branch. Look at me, Larissa. So we're gonna shoot a few snow pictures. Look at me. I mean, like, turn around. Look at how much snow we got. Hunter, what are you doing, buddy? Oh my Lord. These are like up over my boots. Okay, we're gonna get ready to shoot some pictures. What?
It's inside my boots.
God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap. Something wrong when you're driving your car. Let me love you. Baby, break a sweat, break a sweat. Baby, break a sweat. Don't get tired yet, tired yet. Fire when the storm hits. Could be us. Could be us.
Are you done? Look at me. Alright, come on. Okay, you guys, so I am going to try to do my first edit with me video. Let's see how this goes. We are going to edit a photo that I just took of Larissa outside. Everything got moved off. So right here. I haven't even looked at them yet, so I edit in Photoshop. I take all of my pictures in RAW. My internet is super slow. So you will have to bear with me. It does suck. I haven't even looked at these, so I don't know. She has a hard time opening her eyes outside, even when the sun's not shining with the snow, and she gets that from me. So we will have to see if we can open her eyes wider. See how slow my internet is and my computer? And this computer I just got like not even a year ago. It's just because I need to have one made just for photography. Like, I have raw files, thousands of them. Okay, so we're in Photoshop, and my goal was I want, like, I'll zoom in so you can see. I don't want to move the stray hairs out of her face. Usually I do. Let my computer catch up. But she's got hair in her face here, and I want that. I actually wanted her hair to be scooped up a little bit more even. And what I'm gonna try to do here is go for a painterly look. Oh my gosh, seriously, dude. Okay, we got really good focus. I always go in, like right now, that's 100%. You can see down here. And both of her, what I try to do is focus right here on my subject so that the eyes are sharp. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is, so I go into curves. I'm gonna do her skin really quick. So I bring this little dot up to smooth the skin a little bit, and I'll bring the lighting up just a little bit, and then I'll go into my red channel and bump that just a little to make her skin a little pink. See how it, and then I hit here, and then I'm gonna push Control I to invert it. See how it went back to the original image, and then click on the black part, and I'm gonna do, oh, okay, no, I already inverted it. Okay, so now I can just paint it on. So over here, I got my paintbrush, and then over here you want white, because white will paint. White will paint on your mask of what you're doing. So this will paint on that curves that I just did. See, I'm not the best at explaining stuff, so that's why I've never really done these. And again, this is just how I do things. I'm a self-taught photographer. I'm not a huge Photoshop person. Like, I'm not claiming to be that. I'm just showing you guys how I do things. Some people could be watching and be like, what? You're doing it? How? This is just how I do it. There is no right or wrong way. I mean, you might take some of what I'm showing you and mix it in with what you do, and it's just fine. And that's what makes all photographers unique. I remember when I first started out, there was not a photographer that would help. If I had a question, they would not help. They were so insecure with people stealing clients, or, I mean, them clients are not yours. They'll book with you because they like your work. Okay, see, so that's with it on, that's with it off. You can see it brightened up her face. I'm not going to do her eyes like that because I have that red in there, that red tone. So we will flatten this. Another thing too is I flatten my images. A lot of photographers don't. Then I back out. There's a little, right here's the spot healing brush. I should have really done that first, but it don't matter. Take that out. Okay, and then see her eyelashes. She's got long, pretty eyelashes. But see, it looks like some are missing. So what I'll do is go back to my brush. And I will, it's on, hardness is about 31, so that's okay. I'll make my brush really small. And then we'll just grab, so with your brush you go right on, like I want the darker color. See, my cursor is right here. And I'm gonna push Alt and then the left button on your mouse or your tablet, whatever you're using, and make your brush really, really small. And then I'm just gonna make, oh, that's not even small enough. And I'm gonna make my own, it's still not small enough. I'm gonna make my own eyelashes. I don't like that. I'm gonna, if you do something that you don't like, you can do Control Alt Z and it will erase. I'm gonna make my brush a little bit smaller, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. And I'm going to see if I can get these eyelashes to look how I want them. And then zoom out and see if they look. See? They look good. And then over here where it looks like a chunk is missing, I'm going to go back in and go over there and fix that. So we're just going to paint them. One longer one, a few longer. Let's back out and see. Yep, that looks good. Okay. So we got our eyelashes done. And then we are going to, she's got a little snowflake right there. Okay, so now we're gonna do frequency separation on her face. This will smooth out the face, but it doesn't make it look plastic. Like, it keeps her pores and her natural features of her face so she doesn't look like a plastic doll. My computer's slow, and I'm going to zoom way in for this. Oh, she's got some red stuff on her fur on her coat. It looks like it's nail polish. Okay, so we are going to grab our lasso tool. We're going to select the skin parts. I don't get the eyebrows. You can do as much or as little as you want. You can just keep going back. I stay away from the eyebrows. Okay, so we select it. We go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And you can do, if you want like a more soft look, you can go up. I'm going to do the 13.9. That looks good for me. And then I'm just going to go and select. Right now it don't look like it's doing much, but in a second I will show you the before and after. Stay away from her eyelashes, blur, and we're just going to do the same thing and it'll stay on the one you last used. I don't want to soften that. Well, let's see what it looks like if I do the hair. I usually stay away from the hair, and I'll do underneath the chin when I'm done. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Okay, and then we're going to back out so I can see her chin. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Okay, alright, the hair looks fine. Alright, so we're going to go to select and deselect. And then let's show you what that was before. Let me zoom in. Okay, that's before I did the frequency separation, and that's after. See how it just, yeah, I like that. Okay, so we will flatten this. Do I want to flatten? Yeah, we'll flatten it. Okay. And I think I might take that snowflake off of her face. See it right there? So we will go to our spot healing brush. This can be tricky. You can use it sometimes, so you just go over, move it. I might fix her lips a little bit where they're chapped. This picture I'm gonna try to do like the painterly look. So I'm making it look a little more edited than I would if I was doing it for a client, like just to hang on their wall, or, and ones that don't like fine art stuff, they wouldn't want it edited too much. So you just have to be careful. And an edit like this too that takes this long, this would be extra. This isn't how I edit every. Okay. All right, so let's do a little bit of dodging and burning. So to do that, to get our highlights, go into curves, and we'll just bump this up. That's our highlight. So we'll go here, Control I. So we inverted that. So now we can paint that on. I'm gonna rename this to highlights. Okay, and then we're gonna do this again, go into curves, and we're gonna go down this way for our burning, and we are gonna name it burn. So I like to do my highlights first. What are you doing? What do you have?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Oh, we forgot to invert that. So let's go back up here, Control I, invert. So now our picture is back to where normal. So go into highlights, zoom on in. So the highlights in a picture, see, you can see her natural where it's already there. And if I wasn't doing a painterly look, I would leave that just like that. I wouldn't even add, but I'm trying to see if we can make it look more like a painting. I wonder if I should have done a texture first. So, and with highlights, you want to kind of do the dodging and burning, which dodging is the highlights, burning is the darker parts. You would do it like you would be contouring your face. So you want to do okay, we need a softer brush. So for this, you want no hardness on your brush, 0 hardness. So, and then we will do this, and then we can bring it down. Our opacity, we're going to bring down to about 50%. And we're just going to paint where the natural highlights are. A little on our Cupid's bow here. I'm going to do her eyes just a little bit. Okay, we're going to go into burning. And then with the painterly look, we're going to do a lot of dodging and burning. So here we're going to go right down the bridge of her nose. And we're going to outline anywhere where there's a dark spot. So you can already see we'll do her eyebrows a little bit. Her eyes. I'm going to do the rims of her eyes here. I'm going to go back in with my highlights, and if you do like right underneath the eye with the highlights, it makes it look a little bit bigger. And we'll do a little bit here in the corners of her eye with the highlights. That's before, after, before, after. See, it's starting to get that painted look. So we're going to go in and burn. See how these darker spots? So I'm going to burn these just a little bit more and around. I'm using it.
Oh, darn it.
Okay, and we need to make our brush small. This now I'm burning, so I'm going to go around here. I'm going to go on here. Lip. A little bit here. That's a little bit much. I'm going to take that off. Yeah, I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to go down about to 23 because we need it there, but I just don't want too much. Okay, and then her hair right there, it's the shadows. Go back up. I'm still at burn. Okay. You want to burn and dodge and burn everything in your photo so that it gets the look that you're wanting. I'm gonna do a texture too, to where her coat fades out. Like this is gonna be gone. Let's do. Alright. back up to 50%. I hope you guys can follow me. I'm not the best of teachers. And again, I just do this how I do it. To me, photography, there is no right or wrong way. I've self-taught myself everything. All right, so where it says highlights, I'm gonna duplicate my layer, and so it'll just add it more. It just doubles what I just did. Did you see? So here's my highlights copy. Turn off. See, off, on. See how it? Because I'm really, I want it to look like it was painted. So I'm gonna do the same thing for my burn. So what I do is I just right click my mouse and then go to duplicate layer. Also, I am working on a PC. I don't have a Mac. I don't have time to learn it I want to get a Mac because I love Apple, but I just don't have the time to learn it. Like, I'm always needing to edit and I just don't have the downtime to do it. So this is kind of looking more like a painting now. See, that's before my duplicate layer of the burn. And like I said, this wouldn't be just a regular edit like I would put on my client's disc. This is, I'm doing a more of a not your everyday edit. Which I want this because I want to frame it and hang it in my house for winter time. What I'm going to do is I'm in the process of redoing each room in my house. But what I want to do is decorate each room with pictures of and get Peyton and Olivia and Emery and Larissa and Lennox, their winter hot cocoa sessions, and doing the dining room or my kitchen. And then for each season, when we do the lemonade stand, I'll do canvases of all of them and hang them in the kitchen or the living room, or kitchen or dining room, because it's food, whatnot. And then living room, we'll do the outdoorsy, that's just my idea of what I want to do. So, okay, so we're going to flatten this. I might come in and do more. Oh, you know what? All right, so I did Control Z and undid that flattening because I'm going to highlight her lip a little bit here. Right here. And then just a little bit right here. I'm going to back off and see. Yeah, that looks good. I'm not going to add, all right, I'll just show you how I would. If I was going to add a little bit of pink lips and a little bit of pink on her cheeks, I kind of like how, her lips are naturally a pretty color. But if I was going to, I'd go into curves and I would go into my red channel and I would bump this up. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to take that off. We're going to delete that, so flatten it. What we would do, it's a better color. It's more of a, so we'd go into curves and we'll go into our green channel and we will go down. See, because it gives it a better pink. So then click on the white part of your curves and then Control I to invert it. And then your brush is on white and I'm at 51%. And you would just paint this on her lips. See how it just, I might keep it, I don't know. And then just add, with kids, I do a lot of the cheek so that it don't look like blush. Let's see. I don't know if I want to, that's without. Yeah, actually, I'm going to keep it. Her lips are a bit pink, but we're going for the artsy look. Okay, so I have to get this patch part that's on her coat off here. Spot healing. Sometimes this doesn't work very well on edges of stuff. It worked okay because I'm gonna add a texture anyways. So okay, I just got rid of the patch on her coat. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this red stuff in her. With the spot healing brush, you want to make your brush as little as the part that you're doing. You don't want a big, huge, look, I'll do it big. See, I'm just getting that little tiny red. I don't even know if you guys can see it on there, but so I got a big brush. See, if I was to do that, watch. It takes my computer a minute. See, you can see the outlining of it. So we're going to do Control Z and delete that and make my brush as little as I can just to get that red out of there. And see, it just took it off. I think it's nail polish. Okay. And like, oh, excuse me. Normally I would take these, I'll show you if I was going to do it, but I'm not. I want them in there for this one. Because then you get the effect of the wind. It was windy, you know. But we're going to go in here. So we're at, with our spot healing brush. And like I said, this can be tricky work sometimes. You have to, see how I just took that off there? You have to stop. Like, you can't just go across this whole thing because the lighting changes. That one didn't look too bad, but it usually does. Like, see, this is lighter part, so you would have to just do little parts. And then over here, her skin color changes. So you just do this, and it just takes it away. Like that. You have to be careful by the eyes, though. See, we did that. I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to zoom in. Move this over. I mean, you can, it's really tough to do it by the eye because you don't want to change the eye. But this is, oh, I didn't even do a layer. Oh my gosh, you know what? So we have to delete all that. So I'm just doing Control Alt Z and deleting all that. I should have made a layer first so that I could have erased it, and I didn't. Anyway, so that's how you would do that. Okay, but I want the hair there for this one. Her lips are a little bit pink. Okay, so okay, so now we are going to bring a texture in. I have not edited like this in a couple years. I haven't even used a texture, so bear with me. And my slow computer. Okay, I saved it to my desktop, so we'll go there. And it's right here. So I click on it and go to open. And it's gonna open in Photoshop. Okay, and then I'm gonna make sure I have my move tool selected right here, this top one, and I'm gonna click on the texture and hold my left button, hold over to my image, drop it. Okay, so now I'm gonna shift, okay. There we go. So grab the corner of it and hold your shift button in so that it doesn't change the orientation of the... Alright, this is... You can come on a video. And just grab the handles. Okay, so grab... Will you shut that door?
I'm going down.
So I'm holding my shift button in as I'm... Okay, so go up here and click OK. And then click on your layer over here. We're gonna change right here, the normal. We're gonna, I don't know what one I'm gonna use yet. Maybe light. No. Try overlay. That is soft light, but I'm gonna see. So I'm going to click on my layer and select my paintbrush. We're gonna go to black, and I'm about 51%. I'm gonna start painting off her face. Wait. Okay, I had to put a layer mask on there. And then I'm just gonna paint off parts. Unless you just do it to your liking, like I don't never edit two photos the same. It's just never gonna happen with me. See, I like that, and then my texture has, I could even bring the texture down. That's 53. It's 100. That's without. Bring my opacity down. So now I'm at 26, and I'm just gonna get the rim of her hat just to bring that back in just a little bit. And the coat. And then I'm going to go back to 100% opacity and make sure I have every single bit of it off her face. Like, it's okay that there's a little bit like on the hat and stuff. Do I want it like all off the coat? I'm afraid if I take it. Right, so I took it all off the coat. I don't even know. All right, I'm going into curves, and I see this little thing right here. I'm going to click that. That makes it to where it will only affect the layer below it. And I'm going to bring the light down just a little bit. Oh, actually, hang on. I gotta be on here. Okay, now. Oh, come on. Okay, now it's changing. All right, see, so what I'm doing is bringing the light down just on the texture. Can you see that? So if I click on, all right, see, that's before I just went into curves right there, and that's after. Yeah, I like it like that. Okay, so we're gonna flatten that. Okay. So I might do a little bit more dodging and burning just because. And what okay. Okay, so I am going to sharpen her eyes just a little bit. And I don't like to sharpen the white part. Oh, we need to go back on our brush all the way up, highest opacity. I do this part of the eye, and then I sweep across the eyelashes and the eyebrows and a little bit under here. Eyebrow, she's got a snowflake right there. And I like to do the nostrils and then the lips. And then I'll do little parts of the hat. What I do is I look in my photo to find the parts that are already sharp, and then I just enhance those, because it don't look right if you got a part that's not totally in focus and then you're trying to sharpen it, and no. So I'll find parts by her hair or around her face that are sharp, and I'll just follow those and sharpen those parts. See, I'm gonna take that off because that's soft. So this right here, and I take my brush right there and right there, sharp. Okay, and then we will, this right here is, yeah, that one's sharper. Okay, that looks good. Okay, sharpening. All right, so now I'm going to soften a little bit of the parts. I'm just gonna soften pieces of her hair, and then I'll back some of this off. I don't like it too soft. I mean, parts of it I don't really even need to do, because it's just naturally, that lens that I used is just awesome. Okay, so there's that. So now I'm gonna go into liquify and try to open her eyes some. So I need a new layer, so Control J, filter, liquify. Eye size 40. Let's see how that looks. And then I'll bring them down some. 10, 15, 15. Let's see. I'm gonna go in, and we can do, click the preview. See, that was before. This is let's back down and see, because I like her to look real. So, see, that was, she was squinting just a little bit. That's before I fixed them, and that's after. But it's a bit much, I think. I think it's still too much. I'm going to bring these 15 and 10. Okay, so we're going to bring this 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and I'm on a new layer too. So when I bring this back out of here, back into Photoshop, I can move my slider and make it even. Less if I wanted. Okay. So we're gonna bring it back into Photoshop and we'll be able to see our, okay. So I'm gonna make it big so you guys can see. That's now after I opened them a little bit because she was squinting. That was before. Okay, I like that. And then another thing I'm going to do in this layer is I'm gonna go here, selective color, and I'm gonna go into my blues, and I'm going to lift them so that I can pop her eyes. And then I just invert it so I can paint it on it so it don't make my whole picture blue. So I inverted it, now I can paint on just her eyes. And just subtle, just to bring the blue out. So that's, yep, perfect. I might, okay. I think I want it to even look more painterly. So I might even dodge and burn just a little bit more. Might even burn little parts of her eye. Okay. Now we're going to burn along here. I'm gonna turn this down because I don't want it to be too much. Boom, right there. Along here. Along here. A little bit more on the hat. Around her face. Okay, let's back out and see highlights. I might bring a little bit more here, and I might bring it down just. Okay, I'm gonna go into my exposure and take my offset down just a little bit. And there you have it. That is your winter snowy edit. I could even add in some snow, but I don't want to for this, like, because it was really snowing. So there it is, and then we'll just save it to my desktop. And then I will web size it and add my watermark. I made my own watermark too. Flatten it, bring it down. Go over here and grab my watermark. Save it on my desktop so it's easy for me to find. And I stay basic with my watermarks. I don't like a bunch of artsy stuff on there. And then save it to my website gallery so that I can post it on social media sites, gallery, and that's where all my watermarked images are. And there is that. That was my... So there you go. That's my very first edit with me. I don't know how it turned out, but there you have it. Thanks for watching.